The following is a live sports presentation of Glycod. GLICOD.com.
Glycod's coverage of Oldham High School's basketball starts now.
Tonight from Crestwood, Glycod.com presents high school basketball. It's the regular season finale in 22. I'm Chris LaBar along with the coach, Gary Forrest. Akivian Goss is on camera. North Bullitt and South Oldham, Gary, both under 500, but tuning up for the postseason.
Very much so, Chris. And tonight we get to see two teams that are almost identical in style of play and a lot of things.
This should be a very interesting matchup. North Bullitt, the first team we'll focus on, coached by Alex Young. He's a grad of North Bullitt. His team very, very young.
Very much so. Just 2 years ago, he was the 6th Region Coach of the Year. Had a 20-game winning season, but like a lot of schools, they've had to rebuild. They're kind of young this year and going through those rebuilding stages.
So 9-18, the slate for North Bullitt. South Oldham, they are also under 500. This group has been through a lot this season. A couple of key injuries. Cole Davis, one of their top players, has been out for much of the year, but they're 10-15, and they've got the proven commodity from outside. They can shoot the ball.
Very much so. You know, South has always been known as a team that likes to shoot the threes, and this team is no different. And you know, there are games when they're on and games when they're not. And the thing about a team that lives and dies by the threes, you know, you just never know when it's going to hit.
You've been in both these situations throughout your career as you get ready for the postseason, the most significant part of the season. What are some things that these two teams want to get done tonight, independent of outcome?
Well, you want to finish on a high note. And that doesn't always mean you have to win, but, you know, you want to be playing well as you go into the districts. And the number one thing is you don't want to get anybody hurt because the time frame is just too small in between.
Both teams next week begin district basketball action. North Bullitt coached in year 4 by Alex Young. You will meet him on the other side of this pause from Glycod.com.
Only your locally owned Cub Cadet dealer has genuine parts, accessories, trained service technicians, and the widest selection of innovative Cub Cadet products. We're here for you whenever you need us, with expert service and support to keep your equipment running at peak performance for years to come. Visit your locally owned power equipment dealer, Anderson Sales and Service in Madison, Crestwood, and our newest location at 1675 Watterson Trail in Louisville.
Crestwood Coin Laundry, Oldham County's leading laundromat for over 25 years. Located at 6520 West Highway 146, Crestwood Coin Laundry offers state-of-the-art facilities in a clean, inviting atmosphere. You can wash and dry clothes yourself, or you can drop off your clothes in the morning and have them back clean, dry, and folded that afternoon. Their extra-large washers are perfect for comforters and large items, and all larger machines accept credit cards. They're open at 8 on weekdays and 7 on weekends for your convenience. Stop in or visit them online, CrestwoodCoinLaundryKY.com.
Want to replace your old, rotted, and drafty windows? What would your house look like with the newest and high-quality windows on the market? With just one call to Metro Windows, you can choose from a great selection of aluminum-clad, vinyl, and rot-free windows at an affordable price. And Metro Windows can also replace just the glass and failed windows, too. Their installers are Oldham County residents that take pride in their work and craftsmanship. Metro Windows has been locally owned for over 30 years and is the proud carrier of the Windsor window line. Give Metro Windows a call today at 222-7828. That's 222-7828 Metro Windows.
Kevin Woosley is a lifelong Oldham County resident. He's been a public servant for 30 years and is a former Kentucky State Police 911 administrator. Currently the District 3 Fiscal Court Magistrate, Kevin is a responsive politician. He favors improved broadband internet, more affordable housing, plus new roads and schools to meet the demands of a growing county. Re-elect Kevin Woosley for District 3 Magistrate.
I'm Kevin Woosley, and I approve this message.
Paid for and approved by Kevin Woosley for Magistrate.
Winter is coming. The Farmer's Almanac is predicting a rough winter with teeth-chattering cold. Don't be caught unprepared. Call Thompson Heating and Cooling today for a special $99 HVAC checkup. Because the last time you want to find out your heat isn't working is when you really need it. At Thompson, we offer a 2-hour appointment window, so you won't be kept waiting all day. We are fully stocked and prepared, and 90% of our calls are repaired that day. And as always, your satisfaction is guaranteed. Call us today for express service.
This edition of Coach's Comments is brought to you by Thompson Heating and Cooling in LaGrange. For trusted, on-time service, call Thompson at 502-817-3105. Thompson, making people comfortable. ThompsonHeating.net.
Regular season finale tonight in Crestwood. South Oldham hosts North Bullitt. I'm with Alex Young, coach of the Eagles, now year 4. But let's rewind the tape. An alum of North Bullitt, now coaching your alma mater. What does that mean to you?
It means a whole lot, just going to that school through my high school days, and then be able to come back to the same community I lived in, and just coaching the game that I really enjoy. And it's just an honor. It's something I don't take for granted.
You're 2 years removed, Alex, from 6th Region Coach of the Year. Now move forward to 2022. Assess where you guys are this year.
We're a little young this year, but it's a process. And we got some younger kids that are really coming on throughout the year. And it's been up and down, I think, for a lot of reasons. I think our region is a lot stronger in general this year. We had a lot of fifth-year guys come back. So that kind of hurt us a little bit. But we're getting there. We just got to develop our bodies a little bit more. I really like the skill of our team, but it's just getting more physical and just more game experience.
40% as a team shooting from 3. I'm assuming that's the highlight.
Yes, they say you don't want to live or die from the 3. Well, we live and die from the 3 right now. It's pretty much. So we shoot about as much as South Oldham. So it'll be interesting to see how many 3s go in tonight.
Yeah, 2 teams that shoot it a lot. Have you emulated your style after Steve Simpson's at all?
I really respect him. I think Steve's a great coach, and I've asked him questions in the past about how does he get his guys shooting so well. So it's definitely something. We play a little different style, as you guys will see, but the basis, we both really rely on that 3-pointer to go in.
So many great coaches in the Louisville area that have been around high school basketball for such a long time. What have you taken from some of the more notable guys?
Well, it's always a process, and you can't get too high on a win or a season, and you can't get too low after a loss or a not-so-good season. So I've been a part of both sides. I've been part of some really successful big wins, and I've also had some really tough losses. And we just got to stay grounded and know that, we're in for a sport, but you're also developing kids, and that's the most important thing, and then representing our community well. There's some great coaches. Steve's one of the best ones there are, and he has a court named after him, which is outstanding and well deserved. But there's just so much to learn. I'm only 32, and so I know I'm not a finished product personally, just like our team. So I'm always developing, trying to get better. Specific to tonight, what are some things you guys need to do well to win? We got to really close out well, and we got to be able to guard their first pass and their first drive. As soon as they get it, if they get us in scramble mode and our defense has to help, that's when their extra passes for those kick-out wide-open 3s. So if we really defend well that first drive and that first pass, we'll have a pretty good shot because they're going to let them fly.
Good luck tonight. Thank you.
Thank you.
That's Alex Young, head coach of North Bullitt. Be right back after this on Glycod.
Range Service Center is a professional automotive service center that aims to provide the highest level of customer satisfaction. Their team is dedicated to performing honest and ethical work. Their experienced technicians make affordably priced immediate and scheduled repairs. Plus, they offer 24-hour emergency roadside assistance and much more. Located at 409 West Jefferson Street, or call 502-222-1673. LaGrange Service Center.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
'Cause your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today. For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today. For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today. For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today. For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today. For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today. For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today. For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today. For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today. For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today. For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today. For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local S
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Brian Morrison in Louisville today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Welcome to WDRB Home Design here at Watts Home Center. We're talking paint colors today. Tommy, what are the hottest colors this season?
The hottest colors are gray. Grays are trending. You also have taupes, off-white. Benjamin Moore has over 4,000 colors, so we can find something that you like.
So if I wanted to color match my shirt, you could do it?
I can do it. We take our little color spectrometer here. It will take a picture of your shirt, tells us what color it is. We have true color lighting, so it helps us get the true color to match your color.
Do you have any tips for us to ensure a successful paint job?
The best tip I can give you is use the proper tools. You want to use a good paintbrush, you want to use a good roller. People always grab a roller frame, they just want to roll a wall. Grab a pole, whether it be an expensive good one, inexpensive wooden one. It makes the job go so much easier when you're rolling that wall out.
The team at Watts Home Center can answer all your painting questions, so come on out to their location here in LaGrange. I'm Lindsay Cox for WDRB Home Design.
Robert Lane is not a seasoned politician. He grew up in Oldham County and has been in the trenches alongside first responders for over 20 years. As sheriff, he will provide fresh, community-oriented policing perspectives while maintaining a duty to serve citizens fairly and impartially. Vote for a candidate with a servant's heart. Vote Robert Lane for Oldham County Sheriff, committed to community.
I'm Robert Lane, and I approve this message.
Paid for and approved by Robert Lane for Oldham County Sheriff.
You're tuned in to Oldham High School's basketball on Glycod.
Back to South Oldham High School in Crestwood, some 14 minutes ahead of tip now for the keys to this matchup presented by Robert Lane. For Sheriff Gary, we're talking about North Bullitt playing a controlled pace. What does that look like?
Well, you know, it's don't shoot the first time you touch it within 5 seconds. You know, we're looking at two teams that really mimic each other, Chris. And ironically, we talk about keys to the game. Both teams really love to shoot the threes. You think offense? I really think the keys to the game is which team plays the better defense. You know, they both understand that the other side is going to shoot the threes. It's how each other defend one another. And I give that edge to South because I think this year South is a better defensive team than I've seen them down through the years. Knowing that maybe their offense isn't as high octane as it been in the past, I think they've changed just a little bit where there's a more added emphasis on defense. And I really think that, and a lot of times Steve will roll out the 1-3-1, which isn't seen a lot. Favorite defense of mine. A lot of coaches don't play it nowadays, but I think they're missing out because the first question I always ask them is, what do you do against a 1-3-1? And everybody has to stop and think because you don't see it very often.
Both these teams give up 67 points per game.
Very much so. So I think the defensive part will be the thing about it. And having seen them both, I just think South's tougher. They're playing at home.
And both these teams really don't have much of an inside game. Ben Mickle, largest player on the floor at 6'6", but yet he likes to play distant from the basket.
Yeah, you know, it isn't so much about what they have, it's what they emphasize. And both of them emphasize the three. And what people don't realize, South will beat you with layups too. You know, they'll spread you, they'll put 4 people, 5 people out on the arc, and if you crowd them to take away that three, they'll back cut you, they'll pass and go. They'll do a lot of things. So it isn't just the three that they live on.
South Oldham 10-15, coached in year 22 by Steve Simpson. He is the dean amongst 8th region coaches. He'll join our Gary Forrest on the way from Glycod.com.
Robert Lane is not a seasoned politician. He grew up in Oldham County and has been in the trenches alongside first responders for over 20 years. As sheriff, he will provide fresh, community-oriented policing perspectives while maintaining a duty to serve citizens fairly and impartially. Vote for a candidate with a servant's heart. Vote Robert Lane for Oldham County Sheriff, committed to community.
I'm Robert Lane, and I approve this message.
Paid for and approved by Robert Lane for Oldham County Sheriff.
Want to replace your old, rotted, and drafty windows? What would your house look like with the newest and high-quality windows on the market? With just one call to Metro Windows, you can choose from a great selection of aluminum-clad, vinyl, and rot-free windows at an affordable price. And Metro Windows can also replace just the glass and failed windows, too. Their installers are Oldham County residents that take pride in their work and craftsmanship. Metro Windows has been locally owned for over 30 years and is the proud carrier of the Windsor window line. Give Metro Windows a call today at 222-7828. That's 222-7828, Metro Windows.
Welcome to WDRB Home Design here at Watts Home Center. We're talking paint colors today. Tommy, what are the hottest colors this season?
The hottest colors are gray. Grays are trending. You also have taupes, off-white. Benjamin Moore has over 4,000 colors, so we can find something that you like.
So if I wanted to color match my shirt, you could do it?
I can do it. We take our little color spectrometer here. It will take a picture of your shirt, tells us what color it is. We have true color lighting, so it helps us get the true color to match your color.
Do you have any tips for us to ensure a successful paint job?
The best tip I can give you is use the proper tools. You want to use a good paintbrush, you want to use a good roller. People always grab a roller frame, they just want to roll a wall. Grab a pole, whether it be an expensive good one, inexpensive wood one. It makes the job go so much easier when you're rolling that wall out.
The team at Watts Home Center can answer all your painting questions, so come on out to their location here in LaGrange. I'm Lindsay Cox for WDRB Home Design.
Whatever you do, work at it with all your heart, as working for the Lord, not for human masters. Colossians 3:23. Stinnett Plumbing, proudly serving Oldham County with a complete array of services from faucet fixes to bathroom renovations. Locally owned, built on integrity, and committed to bringing exceptional quality work to you. On call 24 hours a day for emergency repairs. Phone 502-690-3070. This portion of tonight's game on Glycod is brought to you by Stinnett Plumbing. Reliable, friendly, trusted. Phone 502-690-3070 or go online to StinnettPlumbing.com.
This is Gary Forrest coming to you live from South Oldham High School, where tonight it's the South Oldham Dragons playing host to the North Bullitt Eagles. Coach Simpson, we're here at the end of the season, kind of winding down. Last game of the year, then we get to district tournaments. A little about this bunch from North Bullitt, first of all.
Yeah, they, their record's a lot like ours. They play a lot like us. They're average about 65 a game. They have 3 kids that all shoot over 40% from 3. And all those kids have taken at least 103, so it's not like they're 40% shooting 4 for 10. So they do have a couple young kids. They do start a freshman, or at least the ones that we've seen on tape. So they gave Bullitt East all they wanted the other night for a half. So I think it'll be a tough game tonight here at the Dragon Den.
Well, to follow up on some of the remarks you just made, I talked to a guy the other day, and he told me they were a poor man's version of South Oldham.
Well, like I said, they do they do shoot a lot of threes, and I don't know about a poor man's version, but I do know that Coach Young's done a good job over there. A couple of years ago, they were 26 wins, so they play a lot of zone, and at least in the tapes that we've seen. So. Hopefully it'll be a shootout and it'll be entertaining, and both teams can feel good about going into the district tournament play.
Well, assume it's last game of the season, so it's probably senior night tonight, and lots of things always different on senior nights.
We actually did senior night against Walton, but we've seen when you're 9 and 14, you see a lot of senior nights, and we've crowned a lot of homecoming queens this year. But luckily tonight, our moms was afraid snow or something would hit, so we had senior night against Walton, and so tonight's just a regular game. So should be able to start on time.
Well, your moms were looking ahead just in case.
Yes, they're good at that.
As we wind down, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention just a little bit. So you got district tournament coming up, and tell the people out there that listen to tonight's game about the particulars next week. You guys are hosted and such.
Yep. Tuesday will be a boy-girl doubleheader. Our girls will play OC at 6, and then we will play OC's boys at 7:30 or 20 minutes after the first game. And then there's 2 days off since there's only 3 teams in the district now. And so both championship games will be played on Friday. The girls at 6, and then they'll cut down the nets and give out trophies. And then the boys' game, the championship game, will follow that.
You heard it from Steve Simpson, where tonight, once again, Glycod.com Sports presents 8th Region Boys Basketball. It's the South Oldham Dragons taking on the North Bullitt Eagles. This is Gary Forrest, live from Crestwood, Kentucky.
Only your locally owned Cub Cadet dealer has genuine parts, accessories, trained service technicians, and the widest selection of innovative Cub Cadet products. We're here for you whenever you need us, with expert service and support to keep your equipment running at peak performance for years to come. Visit your locally owned power equipment dealer, Anderson Sales and Service in Madison, Crestwood, and our newest location at 1675 Watterson Trail in Louisville.
LaGrange Service Center is a professional automotive service center that aims to provide the highest level of customer satisfaction. Their team is dedicated to performing honest and ethical work. Their experienced technicians make affordably priced immediate and scheduled repairs. Plus, they offer 24-hour emergency roadside assistance and much more. Located at 409 West Jefferson Street, or call 502-222-1673. LaGrange Service Center.
Jake from State Farm. I would like to formally extend my gratitude for the Russell rate on my insurance.
Do you mean surprisingly great rates from State Farm?
I don't believe in accepting help, but I'll make an exception.
Here's the deal, Russell. There's no special rate. These prices are for everyone.
Consider us square. I made that from memory. I know your face that well.
For your surprisingly great auto rate, call State Farm agent Brian Morrison in Louisville today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
I started smoking probably around 11 or 12 years old, and then within a couple of years, of course, it's just part of your life. I quit in 2012 on May 2nd, about 1 o'clock in the afternoon, in the parking lot of the hospital I was about to get admitted to because my left lung had collapsed. I was in the hospital for over 2 months. And then I was home with a tube coming out of my chest for about 6 weeks after that. And that's when I was diagnosed with stage 4. And eventually I will probably die from COPD. I had worked in the construction industry. I love to build things. In our old home, it was a fun place. And I built it all with my own hands, the walls, the ceiling, the floors. And that got taken away. We owned a boat, and I had to give it up. I couldn't physically handle it anymore. So we thought, well, let's maybe try to travel a little bit. So we bought a camper, and I had to give that up because I just couldn't, it's physically demanding. So your world just keeps shrinking. When you lay in bed at night, you're by yourself, that's when it weighs on you.
You're tuned in to Oldham High School's basketball on Glycod.
Stinnett Plumbing is a growing rapidly company looking for experienced plumbers. If you'd like to find out more, you can contact StinnettPlumbing.com or go online or give them a call, 502-690-3070. Now for your starting lineups, first for North Bullitt, they have got 4 double-figure scorers: Sievert, Boley, McCabe, and Gary. Fisher Loyal will also get the start. 3 of these guys really shoot the 3, Coach.
Yeah, very much so. That's their offense. They make no bones about it. Usually it's 4 out, 1 in, and that 1 in sometimes is lonely in there. Go get a rebound.
Sievert, the freshman of the group that has had a fantastic season, 12 points per game, 66 made threes on the season. And we look at South Oldham starters, usual suspects: Mickle, Davis, Veers, King, And freshman Julian Miles had a solid campaign, Gary, at 8 a game.
Very much so, and he's brought Miles along slow. A lot of people thought maybe he would start earlier, but he's a seasoned veteran. I've known his dad for years, and it's not that he hadn't been exposed to basketball all his life.
Looking at Ben Nickel, actually this week made first-team All-8th region in his senior season. Good for him, but really he's got to pick up his play here deep in this postseason.
I think so. Nickel, because he's the only player of size for South Oldham, I think I'd like to see him as a better rebounder. People just expect that of him. But what they realize is a lot of time he's outside, and that's kind of how he's made. And when you're outside, you don't get a lot of those rebounds. So, if they could get a little bit more rebounds out of him, I think that would help his play as well as his team play.
This South Oldham group shooting 34 on the year, perhaps a shade down from years past, but plenty of basketball remaining in this season. South Oldham 10-15, North Bullitt 9-18. Tip-off on the way from Glycon.com.
Crestwood Coin Laundry, Oldham County's leading laundromat for over 25 years. Located at 6520 West Highway 146, Crestwood Coin Laundry offers state-of-the-art facilities in a clean, inviting atmosphere. You can wash and dry clothes yourself, or you can drop off your clothes in the morning and have them back clean, dry, and folded that afternoon. Their extra-large washers are perfect for comforters and large items, and all larger machines accept credit cards. They're open at 8 on weekdays and 7 on weekends for your convenience. Stop in or visit them online, CrestwoodCoinLaundryKY.com.
Welcome to WDRB Home Design here at Watts Home Center. We're talking paint colors today. Tommy, what are the hottest colors this season?
The hottest colors are gray. Grays are trending. You also have taupes, off-white. Benjamin Moore has over 4,000 colors, so we can find something that you like.
So if I wanted to color match my shirt, you could do it?
I can do it. We take our little color spectrometer here. We'll take a picture of your shirt, tells us what color it is. We have true color lighting, so it helps us get the true color to match your color.
Do you have any tips for us to ensure a successful paint job?
The best tip I can give you is use the proper tools. You want to use a good paintbrush, you want to use a good roller. People always grab a roller frame, they just want to roll a wall. Grab a pole, whether it be an expensive good one, inexpensive wood one. It makes the job go so much easier when you're rolling that wall out.
The team at Watts Home Center can answer all your painting questions, so come on out to their location here in LaGrange. I'm Lindsay Cox for WDRB Home Design.
From Glycon, it's Oldham High School's basketball. Tonight's game is brought to you by Anderson Sales and Service, outdoor equipment specialists who make your life easier. By Metro Windows, installers of high-quality windows. By Thompson Heating and Cooling, where your comfort comes first. By LaGrange Service Center, quality car care since 1964. By Watts Home Center in LaGrange, design that feels like home. By State Farm Insurance Agent Leslie Gilley. Robert Lane for Oldham County Sheriff. Roy's Body and Glass Shop. And by Lawson Financial. Now to courtside for all the action of Oldham High School's basketball from Glycon.
High school basketball winding down. Regular season finale tonight on Glycon. Chris LeBar, Gary Forrest, Dekevian Goss on camera. Great to have you here for North Bullitt and South Oldham. Tipping from Crestwood. Nickel will tip opposite Loyal. As North Bullitt squaring off with South Oldham. Take three.
Well, if you can't get it right, just keep throwing it up.
There we go. May need a fourth one.
Well, North's got the tip all 3 times. That one didn't make a difference.
So South Oldham possession to start. North Bullitt in a straight man, and Nickel cuts for a quick two. So Mickle, a 15-point per night score, has South Oldham on the board early as Geary, the senior, that wavy hair will bring it across, shadowed by Cole Davis.
South in a man-to-man full court, settling back into a man-to-man on the half.
Loyal, the recipient of the post entry. Now McCabe, the senior. Nice sneaks for McCabe. He'll float it inside to Boley, and he'll get the roll. So Connor Boley, 25-point high water mark this year at Eminence. We're tied at 2. Miles, the freshman, great look underneath, and that basket will fall for Alex King.
Right now, both teams shooting layups.
And there's 2 more at the other end for Loyal. Veers inside the lane to Mickle, and he'll get 2 more.
5 shots, 5 buckets, all layups.
Here comes North Bullitt down the hill, and Loyal for an and one. Basket good and a South Oldham foul.
Well, as we mentioned before the game, one of the keys would be defense, and right now none being played.
Foul on Cole Davis. That will send Loyal to the stripe for 2. Normally the 6th man, sophomore Jaden Reeser, not playing tonight with an injury, so Loyal gets the start, and North Bullitt by a 7-6 beginning.
2-1-2 defense employed by the Eagles. 3-quarter court.
There is Mickle. He'll bounce to Davis, and Davis belt high pass to King. Nudge in the corner to Miles for a triple.
Well, first outside shot for either team. Good by Miles from the corner.
Mickle with the extra pass, South Oldham, and a 2-point teeter-totter to start. There's Boley angling in, floats it underneath, off the back iron from Loyal.
First missed shot of either team.
Both teams getting exceptional looks early. The trailer veers well long on a 3, and it's out to North.
Veers a 3-pointer really didn't look set, but that didn't keep him from shooting, and he let her fly. Missed everything, out of bounds, Eagles.
South Oldham will pick up full court. That is King chasing McCabe. Some crafty dribbling as we slide under 6 to start. McCabe with a driving layup for 2. Evan McCabe's first field goal. And that will enable North Bullitt to extend their pressure. Back tap, hiccup, coughed up by Miles. And back for the theft is Cole Davis of South Oldham, and Davis will lose the tamale coming up the floor, gobbled up on that far side by Boley. Angles down low for Loyal, got it in for 2. And a timeout for South Oldham. 30-second timeout as Fisher Loyal 7 early for North Bullitt.
Both teams shooting the ball sizzling hot. Of course, you can do that when 8 of those made baskets or layups. Only 1 shot outside the paint made so far, and that was a 3 by the Dragons. So an 11-9 North Bullitt lead.
Steve Simpson inside that South Oldham huddle, year 22 as he summons the troops. And South Oldham 84 feet up the floor. Chatting with Alex Young, North Bullitt's coach, before the game. He felt like his group could score enough, but how would they defend the 3? We'll see, as there's plenty of story to be told.
Well, that question right now is which team is going to defend, period.
Deep 3, Alex King for a 3. He's got 5. Back comes Sievert for North. McCabe on the bounce and poked out of there by Miles of South Oldham. Outlet pass Veers. Veers slides right through contact. And a deflection out of bounds.
You know, Chris, Miles for a freshman just has that it factor. You know, 2 back tips already tonight, which have led to North Bullitt turnovers. He's just a really solid kid.
Mickle draining a 3 up top. He's got a quick 7.
3 for 3 for the Dragons from the 3-point line.
McCabe will inbound as North Bullitt staring at a 4-point hole, just over 4:40 left in this opening stanza. Coughed up by Dalton Geary. Out comes Davis for South Oldham, and an offhand layup, and now North Bullitt will call timeout. So Cole Davis with the basket will take a quick 30. Be right back on Glycod.
Crestwood Coin Laundry, Oldham County's leading laundromat for over 25 years. Located at 6520 West Highway 146, Crestwood Coin Laundry offers state-of-the-art facilities in a clean, inviting atmosphere. You can wash and dry clothes yourself, or you can drop off your clothes in the morning and have them back clean, dry, and folded that afternoon. Their extra-large washers are perfect for comforters and large items, and all larger machines accept credit cards. They're open at 8 on weekdays and 7 on weekends for your convenience. Stop in or visit them online, crestwoodcoinlaundryky.com.
Back to live action, North Bullitt bringing it across. 17-11 South. Both teams have utilized an early timeout. That'll be Boley dancing up top. Sievert, a step back deep three, and it horseshoes out. Rebound gobbled up by Veers. Mickle, baseline, back out to Davis. Triggers a triple. Everything but, and that loose ball captured by Gary, and he'll promptly give it right back. Here's Veers for South. Miles uncorks one. And finally, the rebound lassoed by Boley of North Bullitt, and here's a deep pass thrown right away. Nickel the other way. Miles again from that same spot. And Davis follows through contact and a foul. Geary called, and South Oldham to the line after Miles from that same spot, misfiring for two. Davis to the foul line for a pair.
You know, Chris, South Oldham right now 7 for 10 and 3 of 4 from 3 points.
Cole Davis now with 3. He missed 10 games this year with a leg injury. Perhaps one of the reasons South Oldham has been inconsistent at times. Davis, one of their core players. And Boley brings down the North Bullitt rebound. His group down a game-high 7. Sievert, the freshman, trying to get on track. Spinning in, little fall away. Crafty deuce.
Sievert doesn't play like a freshman.
Veers across, and there's Sievert with the steal. Underneath, running the floor, McCabe catch and basket. Evan McCabe running the floor. Sievert, a field goal and an assist in 2 successive sequences. That's a misfired 3 from Davis. Back out to Mickle on the pinball. Davis follows out to South Oldham.
Still 3 minutes to go and 18-15. Both teams shooting well over 60%.
Miles to outlet it underneath. Mickle from the elbow. A little bit long, and sneaking in for that loose ball change is Boley. As North Bullitt seeking a 3 in a tie game. Sievert drives in. And nice seal off, enabling Veers to get the rebound as Mickle well boxed out his defender. Mickle just a smidge inside the arc. Davis crashes, tapped around, and Geary brings it across, weaving his way in the corner, McCabe. And there's Miles. You've got 10 exhausted student athletes right now. And a foul, Sievert, far sideline.
Yeah, a lot of hands on hips right now. It's been non-stop action. Both teams shooting it well, so not a lot of breaks in play.
Kalen Alexander, a nice-looking freshman in for North Bullitt, 6'2", averaging 4 points, including a season-high 22 in their win at Brown. There's Mickle blowing by the defender, and he'll strut the stripe for 2 after the Boley reach. 13 North Bullitt foul, and Mickle to the foul line for 2. 4-year contributor in a South Oldham uniform. 7 points tonight. Halfway to his season average. And one to Mickle's tally. South Oldham's lead increases to 4, just over 2 in this stanza. Stolen away, that was Veers running the floor. Mickle! Mickle in double figs with 11. McCabe sliding inside. Now Sievert squares. Pure. Sievert with 4. Might take 75 to win this one tonight. Substitution at the next whistle is Mickle. Been very assertive here in this quarter. Back to the foul line for 2 more. At times, Gary, throughout his career, he's been exceptional, and at other times, not so much.
Yeah, there's a lot of times this year he's just kind of been non-existent, but tonight is the best I've seen him play so far this year. He's come out of the blocks firing.
That second free throw off. Miles somehow able to capture that loose ball, and there's Davis for South sliding to the basket, offhand layup, and the rebound in by the recently entered Jesse Simmons, the redhead. He'll float it down to Alexander as North Bullitt tries a corner triple, and there is Sievert. Sievert with 7. Mickle the other way for South Oldham. It won't go in, and Alexander going to take it all the way, floating it over to Sievert, and he is fouled. Veers preventing a layup. The second team South Oldham foul, and Sievert to the line for 2. His earlier triple, now 67 made this year. A lot of great young players in the Louisville area, a lot of youth in the area, and Sievert perhaps one of the best young freshmen. We've seen a few this season. Ian Von Felt in the game for South Oldham. And Sievert misfiring both and chased out of there in the corner. And it's going to be South Oldham ball as Simmons had a toe on the sideline. Von Felt will flip it in to Tate Holbrook that's in the game. Just under a minute now in the quarter. Veers over now to King for a triple, and he got the roll. King with 8. And a turnover far sideline as North Bullitt's reserves spit it up down 5. Miles on the run, and it's going to do everything but go in as Geary vacuums in the rebound for North Bullitt. Perhaps this group would be astute to hold it for 1. No, they won't. There's a pitch in lane to Alexander off the heel, and South Oldham back at you as Miles comes to a jump stop, and he's fouled from behind. I believe it's Simmons.
Well, we mentioned the team that played the best defense, and right now it's a 25-20 game. Both teams playing on full cylinders here with 19 seconds to go in the first quarter.
5-team North Bullitt fouls. Miles for 2. 8-point-a-night score. Miles did not start the first segment of the season, but as this campaign is worn on, he's proven himself, and he'll misfire on both. Geary capturing the rebound. Under 10 as Sievert will diagnose. Little loose with it. Alexander somehow scoops it up, does not get the roll. Veers for the rebound, and that's going to take us to the end of the first. South Oldham by 5. Back to Crestwood in just a moment on Glycod.com.
Kevin Woosley is a lifelong Oldham County resident. He's been a public servant for 30 years and is a former Kentucky State Police 911 administrator. Currently the District 3 Fiscal Court Magistrate, Kevin is a responsive politician. He favors improved broadband internet, more affordable housing, plus new roads and schools to meet the demands of a growing county. Re-elect Kevin Woosley for District 3 Magistrate.
I'm Kevin Woosley, and I approve this message.
Paid for and approved by Kevin Woosley for Magistrate.
You're tuned in to Oldham High School's basketball on Glycod.
South Oldham by 5 as we welcome you back to Crestwood. Chris Labar, Gary Forrest, and our camera operator tonight is Takevian Gauss. South Oldham, Gary, connecting on 5 threes. The difference in this game thus far.
Very much so. Both teams still shooting over 60% in a blazing first quarter. The things that have hurt North Bullitt, already 7 turnovers. So a little nonchalant with the ball handling. They've unforced turnovers. And for South, one of the things they've been able to do is come up with high percentage shots. Their first 5 shots were layups. And as a result, they've got this 5-point lead as we start the second quarter.
Ben Nickel leading all scorers with 11. North Bullitt's Braxton Sievert has 7. He's actually scored North Bullitt's last 7 points. And North Bullitt will inbound. In backcourt, that is Geary. North Bullitt 9-18, trying to break a 4-game losing string ahead of their district semifinal matchup next week. And there's a turnover as King brings it for South Oldham, running the floor. Holbrook for an unforced turnover. Steve Simpson, far sideline, thinking that ball was deflected. But it will belong to North Bullitt as the Dragons will send on a sub. It's Ian Von Felt that's back in.
Simpson had worked all 3 of the referees, and none of them willing to change the call.
Geary, a fadeaway, got the basket.
Geary out of the box to start the quarter.
His first field goal, South Oldham by 3. Now we've got a 2-3 matchup zone for North Bullitt. Miles from the 3 spot. He's missed 3 from that same location. And the rebound on the backside gobbled up by Sievert.
Not a good place to kill your dribble, and as a result, North pays the price. They turn it over.
Nathan Turo poked it away, and Veers runs the floor for South Oldham. Now Turo will put it on the floor. Inside the lane through contact, and Veers headed to the foul line after the North Bullitt foul. Fisher Loyal called 6 North Bullitt team fouls as Veers, 80% foul shooter, to the stripe for 2. South Oldham now by 4. Murphy Kuvian, a starter early in this season, now entering for South Oldham, so the Dragons have gone 9 deep to start this game. And Veers misfiring on that free throw off the back rim. Geary with a rebound, wide open McCabe for the trigger. And Kuvian with a backside rebound for South Oldham. Turo. And Geary, left-hand dribble, rifles it ahead to Sievert, back to the trailer. Everything but the basket as McCabe airmailed the bunny, and here comes South. Turo will stare at the elbow, now woven to Weavers. Von Felt, baseline. Nice ball movement, finds Veers for a left wing 3. And a foul the other way on South Oldham.
South currently now on a 4 3-pointers in a row missed. You know, they're that team that plays streaky. They're liable to hit 4 in a row, but currently they've shot and missed 4 in a row, allowing this North Bullitt, to get back into the ballgame at 26-22. Dragons.
Murphy Kuvian with the foul. Entry pass underneath. Nice catch by Loyal. Maintained his pivot foot. Sievert back out 3. And there's a South Oldham corral by Holbrook. Holbrook accelerating down the hill, well out of sorts. And it's on the baseline for a turnover. Sloppy sequences both ways as Cole Davis will try to provide a steady hand for South, the senior back in.
South got some subs in here at the quarter break, and this bunch is a little disjointed on the offensive end.
Geary around the horn for North Bullitt. Now Sievert. McCabe foul line. North Bullitt not exactly setting the world on fire themselves. They got 2 points in the first 2.5 minutes of this quarter.
Yeah, they've got a 2-1 lead this quarter.
McCabe prancing baseline, and he'll shuffle.
Turnover number 9 for the Eagles. You're not going to be successful if you make that many turnovers.
A couple of North Bullitt regulars out tonight with an injury. Aaron Appleby, Jaden Reeser, they're part of the rotation. Hence North Bullitt going a little bit deeper into their bench. South Oldham hanging on to a 4-point lead under 5 minutes and a half. Veers cuts and missed it with the left. And a foul underneath. A little bit of a late whistle.
If he makes the call on who I think, yeah, very much so. Late call, explaining it to the coach now. And I don't blame, Coach Young for questioning that one. That was a good 5 seconds. As a matter of fact, his team had the rebound.
Free throw up and in for Veers as Dalton Geary called for the foul. So South Oldham now will be shooting free throws the rest of the way. They'll sub on Ben Mickle. Very productive first half. Mickle with 11 points. He's back in. And both free throws up and in for Veers. So Veers with 4. South Oldham by 6. Pass deflected. That was Veers that got a hand on it. And Mickle on the sidelines as he lunges, trying to prod it forward. Geary will nudge it far side to Sievert. Now Sievert has an open trigger look. Tapped around underneath. The put back up and in. That was McCabe. Evan McCabe with 6 running the floor. Kuvion could not hang on. After a great find from Davis, North Bullitt gets it back. Just over 4 minutes to play in this half. South Oldham has led much of this game.
Back into 2-3, changing defenses a little bit, just really to hurry North up and North with another turnover, number 10 here midway through the second quarter. Way too many turnovers. Fortunate to be just within 4.
Hearing Coach Young talk about the process before this game. He understands what he's up against with all this youth, and there's a case in point right there. Mickle, high right 3. He's got it going tonight, does Mickle.
Well, after missing 5 in a row threes, the Dragons come back and make one.
McCabe inside the arc, and North Bullitt now matching a 7-point deficit. High-low, nice grab by Loyal. Sievert for a triple, could not get the answer. And a South Oldham foul underneath. I believe Kuvion will be tangled up with Loyal. 4th team Dragon foul. North Bullitt will inbound 4 points for the Eagles in the first 4.5 minutes of this set. Back out to Geary, tries a 3. Into the foul line he goes. A closeout hammer by Turo. Two blunders, coach, on that play. Number one, the foul, but secondly, the look from the inbound man as nobody picked up Geary after triggering it in.
Well, the Cardinals said never foul a jump shooter, and more importantly, you never foul a 3-point jump shooter.
So Geary 1 of 2. Miles on. And Kuvion will receive some instruction on the South Oldham sideline after the shuttle. And Geary pulling a meatloaf. 2 out of 3 ain't bad. He'll sink that one. And a 5-point South Oldham lead. There is Davis around to Miles. Veers, a 3 up top. Nice. Pump fake and 3 for Veers. Christian Veers with 7. Alexander will weave to Sievert. Alexander. Nice split by Sievert. Great pass underneath for 2.
Excellent pass by Sievert.
It's Evan McCabe with a basket. It's 33-28 South. There's a 3 at the other end, not going to fall. Loose ball underneath. And out off of Geary as he's on the baseline.
Well, Geary did something you don't see very often. He made a baseline save, threw it the length of the floor, had a man releasing and just missed him, or it would have been a wide open layup with no one within the half court.
Mickle catches and connects for 2. Sievert baseline. Nice reverse pass up top, Alexander. There's a triple, well long from Geary. And Veers, outlet pass, Mickle might have two more, and he does.
That's 18 for Mickle here this first half with still 2 minutes to go.
Timeout on the floor. North Bullitt calls timeout. Be right back on Glycon.com.
Grange Service Center is a professional automotive service center that aims to provide the highest level of customer satisfaction. Their team is dedicated to performing honest and ethical work. Their experienced technicians make affordably priced immediate and scheduled repairs. Plus, they offer 24-hour emergency roadside assistance and much more. Located at 409 West Jefferson Street, or call 502-222-1673. LaGrange Service Center.
Looking for sound, prudent financial advice? Did you know that one of the brightest and best financial advisors is in your own backyard? Robin Lawson of Financial Solutions Incorporated has a mission to understand your long-term goals and to create a specific strategy just for you. Robin understands the challenges that face most of us today and offers fresh, out-of-the-box thinking that can put you on the road to financial freedom. Contact Robin Lawson today at 502-225-9900. That's 502-225-9900 or visit lawsonfinancial.net.
You're tuned in to Oldham High School's basketball on Glycon.
North Bullitt possession. South Oldham now by 9. Game high margin for the Dragons. Nice overplay causing the deflection. It's off, however, of South Oldham's Alex King. And it will belong to North Bullitt. Far sideline. Sievert the outlet in the corner. And now Geary floats to Alexander. McCabe will split right behind Geary for a turnover.
Turnovers right now are doing North Bullitt in. That's number 11. They're down 9 and they're finding a way to slip out of this game.
Just the margin of error not very great for North Bullitt. Backdoor cut, Mickle for points, 19 and 20. His season high is 27. There is Sievert for the turnover, and causing the deflection was King again. This time it will belong to South Oldham.
Yeah, you know, it just looks like this North Bullitt team, without two of their regulars, a little befuddled out here on the offensive end.
You get the sense South Oldham really going to put the hammer down here. Miles out to Veers for three. Well, short to the left. Rebound dances right over to Geary of North Bullitt. Now Geary weaving his way. Sievert stationed for a triple. McCabe crashes, and the held ball arrow in favor of South Oldham.
Looking for the possession arrow. Oh, there it is. There you go.
Not the most well illuminated at the scores table. Mickle all alone. And Geary brings it down for North Bullitt. Boy, do they need a basket here. There is Sievert splitting the double. And a turnover as that ball ricochets right off of Simmons off the baseline.
4 straight turnover for the Eagles, and what was once a 4-point game has now stretched itself out to double figures.
Dead ball timeout at the scores table. And it will be South Oldham possession. 11-point Dragon lead.
That's one of those mystery stoppage of plays.
Mickle up top. Around now to Davis. We'll see how South does in the half-court attack here.
South going against a 3-2. They've tried to match the shooters, but since they've gone to this, they haven't done a very good job.
Mickle, a great pass finding Veers on the weak side. He's got 9. South Oldham by a bunch. Sievert near wing, great extra pass to Simmons. And that will end a lengthy North Bullitt drought.
Boy, sure has been a while.
Jesse Simmons, his second made 3 of the year. Lead reduced to 10. 12 seconds left, and we're going the other way as Davis plows over Simmons.
Well, one of those rules, don't broad jump. Go up straight, go up strong. And Davis, who has a tendency a lot of times to extend himself, and he broad jumps, and the North player stood there and took it.
Let's see what North does here. North Bullitt with 9 seconds in this half. Down double figures, spinning in the lane. A strong drive from Boley, won't fall. Miles, outlet pass. King does not get it up in time. And that's going to take us to the turn. South Oldham led by 5 after 1 at halftime. A 10-point Dragon advantage over North Bullitt. Be right back to Crestwood on Glycod.com.
Only your locally owned Cub Cadet dealer has genuine parts, accessories, trained service technicians, and the widest selection of innovative Cub Cadet products. We're here for you whenever you need us, with expert service and support to keep your equipment running at peak performance for years to come. Visit your locally owned power equipment dealer, Anderson Sales and Service in Madison, Crestwood, and our newest location at 1675 Watterson Trail in Louisville.
LaGrange Service Center is a professional automotive service center that aims to provide the highest level of customer satisfaction. Their team is dedicated to performing honest and ethical work. Their experienced technicians make affordably priced immediate and scheduled repairs. Plus, they offer 24-hour emergency roadside assistance and much more. Located at 409 West Jefferson Street, or call 502-222-1673. LaGrange Service Center.
Robert Lane is not a seasoned politician. He grew up in Oldham County and has been in the trenches alongside first responders for over 20 years. As sheriff, he will provide fresh, community-oriented policing perspectives while maintaining a duty to serve citizens fairly and impartially. Vote for a candidate with a servant's heart. Vote Robert Lane for Oldham County Sheriff, committed to community.
I'm Robert Lane, and I approve this message.
Paid for and approved by Robert Lane for Oldham County Sheriff.
Want to replace your old, rotted, and drafty windows? What would your house look like with the newest and high-quality windows on the market? With just one call to Metro Windows, you can choose from a great selection of aluminum-clad, vinyl, and rot-free windows at an affordable price. And Metro Windows can also replace just the glass and failed windows, too. Their installers are Oldham County residents that take pride in their work and craftsmanship. Metro Windows has been locally owned for over 30 years and is the proud carrier of the Windsor window line. Give Metro Windows a call today at 222-7828. That's 222-7828 Metro Windows.
Tonight's halftime report is brought to you by Metro Windows. Replace your old rotted windows today. Call Kyle at 502-550-1489. That's Metro Windows at 502-550-1489.
South Oldham by 10 as we welcome you back to Crestwood. 41-31 over North Bullitt. Glycod.com's high school basketball presented in part by Crestwood Coin Laundry and, of course, by the great folks at Metro Windows. I'm Chris Labar. He's Gary Forrest. What caught your eye in the first half, Gary?
Well, turnovers right off the bat, Chris. Looking down at the margin of difference for the first half, North Oldham Eagles 13 turnovers. In other words, you've given the ball away 13 times without getting a shot off, as opposed to South only 6. So, as a result right there, there's 7 more shots in the basket for South, and they'll take those for sure. Looking at it, South also got off more shots, and ironically, they were only 6 of 19. When you think of South, you think of a team that shot lots of threes, made lots of threes, only made 6 of 19, but for overall, they had 35 shot attempts for the half. North only 26. That's 9 more shots on basket. You can attribute that to those turnovers.
Ben Mickle leading all scorers with 20 for South. Christian Veers 9, Alex King 8, Cole Davis, Julian Miles each with 3. But in Mickle's case, he just seems like he gets his points in flurries.
Well, he does. And what I liked out of it tonight was he took what the other team gave him. And his first 10, 12 points, they were strictly drives to the basket. and then when they loosened up on him a little bit, he took advantage of the threes. I like to see that player take the shots they give you that you're comfortable with. And tonight, Nichols really did that this first half.
For North Bullitt, Evan McCabe 8. Freshman Braxton Sievert with 7. Fisher Loyal has 7. Dalton Gary 4. 3 off the bench for Simmons, 2 for Connor Boley. But North Bullitt, they really struggle laboring in the half court.
Well, we know they are missing 2 players in their key rotation, and I would assume that didn't help any. And even though they had that good first quarter, you know, the turnovers started to mount. And you give South that many uncontested shots, they're going to make some.
Let's take a look at next week. Back on the air for district tournament doubleheaders, both here on Glycod Tuesday and Friday, both at South Oldham. Let's look at the semis on Tuesday. It'll be Oldham and South Oldham both in girls, boys. Winner moves on to the region. Loser season ends. How do you see those matchups going?
Well, you know, South, I think, has the added advantage for both teams. They're playing at home.
Yeah.
And we saw them earlier in the year playing those games right here in this same arena, and both teams had pivotal success. South's girls were able to win, and their boys took it right down to the wire and lost a hard-fought decision to Oldham's Colonels. So, you know, I think both teams that won earlier are probably going to be favored again, but hey, it's district tournament time. You never know.
Certainly in the girls setup on Tuesday, South girls should be a huge favorite over Oldham, but in that boys game, boy, that could go either way.
Very much so, and, you know, the girls, as you mentioned earlier, there is quite a bit of difference. Oldham having a down year with lots of youth and inexperience, you know, just working to stay competitive. And for the South's boys, you know, got a little something extra maybe this time as they lost one in the last minutes of the game earlier here this year against Oldham's boys.
Talking with a couple of folks at Anderson County last week in one of the games, the 8th region is just so odd because in the 4 districts, you got a 3-team district, a 4 and 5, and a 6-team district.
Well, they made that decision last year, the state did, which kind of goes against all their protocols. They didn't want 3-team districts, and in the middle of the season, they changed one. They didn't certainly want anything more than 4-team districts, and they took a 5-team district and made it a 6.
Any number of scenarios, it's the best time of the year, folks. High school basketball culminating with the Sweet 16 in about 4 weeks. But right now, regular season finale, South Oldham by 10 over North Bullitt. Second half from Crestwood on the other side of this pause. You're watching Glycod.com.
Want to replace your old, rotted, and drafty windows? What would your house look like with the newest and high-quality windows on the market? With just one call to Metro Windows, you can choose from a great selection of aluminum-clad, vinyl, and rot-free windows at an affordable price. And Metro Windows can also replace just the glass and failed windows, too. Their installers are Oldham County residents that take pride in their work and craftsmanship. Metro Windows has been locally owned for over 30 years and is the proud carrier of the Windsor window line. Give Metro Windows a call today at 222-7828. That's 222-7828, Metro Windows.
Crestwood Coin Laundry, Oldham County's leading laundromat for over 25 years. Located at 6520 West Highway 146, Crestwood Coin Laundry offers state-of-the-art facilities in a clean, inviting atmosphere. You can wash and dry clothes yourself, or you can drop off your clothes in the morning and have them back clean, dry, and folded that afternoon. Their extra-large washers are perfect for comforters and large items, and all larger machines accept credit cards. They're open at 8 on weekdays and 7 on weekends for your convenience. Stop in or visit them online, CrestwoodCoinLaundryKY.com.
Welcome to WDRB Home Design here at Watts Home Center. We're talking paint colors today. Tommy, what are the hottest colors this season?
The hottest colors are gray. Grays are trending. You also have taupes, off-white. Benjamin Moore has over 4,000 colors, so we can find something that you like.
So if I wanted to color match my shirt, you could do it?
I can do it. We take our little color spectrometer here. We'll take a picture of your shirt. Tells us what color it is. We have true color lighting, so it helps us get the true color to match your color.
Do you have any tips for us to ensure a successful paint job?
The best tip I can give you is use the proper tools. You want to use a good paintbrush, you want to use a good roller. People always grab a roller frame, they just want to roll a wall, grab a pole, whether it be an expensive good one, inexpensive wood one. It makes the job go so much easier when you're rolling that wall out.
The team at Watts Home Center can answer all your painting questions, so come on out to their location here in LaGrange. I'm Lindsay Cox for WDRB Home Design.
Kevin Woosley is a lifelong Oldham County resident. He's been a public servant for 30 years and is a former Kentucky State Police 911 administrator. Currently the District 3 Fiscal Court Magistrate, Kevin is a responsive politician. He favors improved broadband internet, more affordable housing, plus new roads and schools to meet the demands of a growing county. Re-elect Kevin Woosley for District 3 Magistrate.
I'm Kevin Woosley, and I approve this message.
Paid for and approved by Kevin Woosley for Magistrate.
Only your locally owned Cub Cadet dealer has genuine parts, accessories, trained service technicians, and the widest selection of innovative Cub Cadet products. We're here for you whenever you need us, with expert service and support to keep your equipment running at peak performance for years to come. Visit your locally owned power equipment dealer, Anderson Sales and Service in Madison, Crestwood, and our newest location at 1675 Watterson Trail in Louisville.
Back to live action in Crestwood, or so we thought, as North Bullitt will inbound to start this second half.
We're having a hard time getting these games started tonight.
We sure are. Had 3 renditions of the jump ball, and now North Oldham, rather, we knew we were going to say that a few times. North Bullitt will inbound as Geary will quickly pick up a South Oldham foul.
South back in a 2-3 zone now.
Foul on Julian Miles as North Bullitt will pitch it in. Again, this group down 5 after 1, and now 10 as we start this second half. Geary will find McCabe. He's going to try to thread the needle underneath the Boley, and it will belong to North Bullitt after the Veers deflection.
Once again, close for so many times down here with turnovers. No clean passes for the Eagles to start this third quarter.
Geary to rifle it in. He'll tap it to Loyal. Nice find back to Loyal. Mickle pokes it back for the deflection, and here's Davis for South. Veers will trail inside the arc. And a held ball. Strong rebound by Miles. Possession South Oldham. Miles just does a little bit of everything to help you win.
Well, he's just smart. You know, he's that player. He's like a chameleon. Gets away and does a lot of things.
And there he'll show the extra pass to Veers. Crashing the boards is Miles. Mickle baseline. Nice acrobatic deuce.
I think Mickle might have got away with one right here in front of us. Looked like he might have stepped out of bounds, but he continues to add to his total.
22 now for Mickle. Sievert sliding through the double. Nice find underneath. That's Boley, and a hammer job on South.
You know, the problem with this North Bullitt bunch, Chris, they do a good job passing the ball. They can eliminate turnovers. They just don't have much of size inside.
Alex King called for his first foul, and North Bullitt back up the hill as Boley tried to pitch it to the elbow. It's stolen. Here comes King down the circuit. And blocked out of there.
Nice block by Geary.
He's got some athleticism, leads this team in rebounding at 7 a game. As Davis will inbound for South Oldham. (2-3) North Bullitt zone. How active will it be? Mickle veering left. There's Miles. Wide open 3, and off the mark from Davis. May have been expecting contact there, and there's a steal by Veers coming for South Oldham. Veers pushing it ahead. Miles with the follow, and Boley snatches it for the Eagles. Only 2 points scored for both teams in the first 2+ minutes of this half.
Just the opposite in the first quarter where neither team could miss. Now neither team can make one.
There's Sievert for the answer.
And as soon as we say that, they knock one down.
Sievert now with 10 figures. Stolen away by Sievert. To the trailer, off the mark from McCabe. May have been expecting the bump, no call.
Wrong hand, wrong side.
King, high, roof scraping three, and here comes North Bullitt. That hair flopping in the breeze for Boley. Drives, will not fall. Follow McCabe, and a South Oldham foul.
South a little lackadaisical coming out of the locker room. I think Coach Simpson going to maybe address that with a short timeout here.
We'll keep things here in the 30-second pause. That foul whistled on King, his second. And North Bullitt with an opportunity with a couple of free throws here to get it down to 7.
Very much so. You know, both schools kind of like they started the first half. A lot of quick shots immediately. We're not talking about a 10-second possession on the offensive end. Unlike the first half, though, when they were making them, you know, right now, neither team setting the world on fire.
Peek inside that North Bullitt huddle. This group 9-18 on the year. Coming off a 6th region semifinal appearance back in 2020. That campaign coincided with Alex Young as the regional coach of the year. And the free throw swished in. As McCabe now with 9, only 2 teams in recent era in the 6th region not to go to the state tournament. That free throw off. North Bullitt. Who's the other one, Gary? Western Warriors.
Interesting.
Never been to the Sweet 16. There's Miles near wing. He'll try a 3. And Julian Miles knocks it in. Miles now with 6. Sievert finds Fisher Loyal for the bucket.
A nice passing.
Mickle left-hand nudge in the lane, ricocheted right off of Miles.
South just not crisp with the ball this half. You know, and it's scary. Sometimes you build up that lead and you go in at halftime and you don't know where kids' minds are. Straight man-to-man. Coach Simpson said, let's do this, and let's see if we can get focused back with this.
Here's Geary driving by Miles, and Miles with the theft.
I thought Miles got away with one right in front of the officials. Usually when you chop down across the body, that's a foul.
Geary to float it in. Dakota Bodeman is on for North Bullitt for the first time, wearing number 12. High arcing deuce, glancing off the rim to the right from Geary, and it's out to South Oldham. North Bullitt been content to play much of this game in a half-court setting.
A lot of zone, hardly seen any man-to-man.
Mickle at the foul line, now Davis. Nice extra pass. King has his sights on a 3. That one's going to glance off, and the rebounding congestion scooped up by Loyal. Sievert angles it down, trying to get it down deep. Stolen away. Downhill, Cole Davis accelerating, but blocked from behind. And Miles does as Miles does and puts it in. So Miles with 8. South Oldham with another turnover, running the floor. Veers for 2.
Flurry of turnovers for the North Bullitt Eagles, forcing another timeout for North.
And we will be right back on Glycod.com.
Whatever you do, work at it with all your heart, as working for the Lord, not for human masters. Colossians 3:23. Stinnett Plumbing, proudly serving Oldham County with a complete array of services from faucet fixes to bathroom renovations. Locally owned, built on integrity, and committed to bringing exceptional quality work to you. On call 24 hours a day for emergency repairs. Phone 502-690-3070. Stinnett Plumbing. This portion of tonight's game on Glycod is brought to you by Stinnett Plumbing. Reliable, friendly, trusted. Phone 502-690-3070 or go online to StinnettPlumbing.com.
South Oldham on top 50-37 as we welcome you back to Crestwood. 3:58 in this third quarter. You get the sense things may be slipping away a bit.
I really see that. North's lack of a couple of players from their rotation. They just seem to be winding down here. Another flurry of turnovers gets them in the spot again.
Sievert for a triple. That's a nice response out of the timeout.
Yeah, good timeout.
Sievert now with 13, leading point getter for the Eagles. And possession will belong underneath to South Oldham. Veers and Davis. A lot of firepower for this South Oldham offense. On any given night, they can beat a lot of teams. Mickle foul line. Veers, right wing three. Couldn't steer it in, but King in for the rebound. Now Miles, he'll try. And Mickle just too much length, capturing that rebound over Simmons. Pinballed around, and finally, North Bullitt with possession. Sievert slides in the lane over Mickle. Side for South. There's the trailer Davis, a little bit out of sorts, and a turnover. South Oldham going to meet Geary at half court. She'll prance across the timeline. Alexander. Nice catch, perhaps a shuffle, no whistle on Boley. Rebound finds Alexander, couldn't guide that three in. Sievert, nice pass underneath, and babied home for Geary. Back to 8. South Oldham on top. They've led throughout much of this game since middle first quarter. Now Miles floats it inside Mickle, all sorts of hands, and Mickle scoops himself up off the turf, and he'll shoot two. Alexander called for the personal, and Mickle 22 points. 2 from the foul line. Season high at 27, so he's got 23. And that one a little bit short. Miles in for the rebound. Back to Mickle for 2 more. There's Geary being ridden up the floor, spills it forward. Davis weaving into forecourt. Mickle. Nice rebound, racing back. Evan McCabe for North Bullitt. Under 2 in this third. Great shot by our camera operators. It's focused on Sievert. And King for South Oldham. Floats it ahead downhill. Miles racing ahead for the basket.
Turnovers leading 2 points for South Oldham.
Miles 7 in this quarter. South Oldham matching a 13-point lead, their longest. Sievert on a curl, a deep 3. And Miles out for South Oldham. King through contact, and Sievert with a bump from behind. Jesse Simmons tucking his jersey in. He's coming in for North Bullitt. Also entering senior Fisher Loyal. South Oldham going to send in 3 new ones. Turo, Von Felt, and Holbrook. Dragons by 13. Holbrook in the corner. And this unit did not play too well late in the first half. They're back in, and there's a 3 up top for Turo.
Spoke too soon.
South Oldham by 16. There is Sievert. Now Alexander. Nice effort, but a foul on North Bullitt's Jesse Simmons.
Turnovers once again for North Bullitt. They pull themselves to single digit, and then 4 turnovers here in the last 6 possessions.
Boy, somebody's opened the door here at the gym.
Apparently, I was just noticing, talk about a breath of fresh air.
Fresh air it is, indeed. As Holbrook floats it in the corner for a king three. And North Bullitt able to reel in the rebound. We'll see what they do here with 38 seconds in this quarter. Very assertive up top, and Holbrook called for the foul.
Yeah, an easy call out front. You know, Holbrook really being handsy on defense right in front of the official. You're just not going to get away with those.
North Bullitt will float it in. Great overplay, steal by Miles. His motor doesn't stop, and there's a foul whistled on Geary.
Miles knew the contact was coming, braced themselves for it. Geary sort of frustrated and let the ball get away from him and made the South player Miles pay for it.
14 fouls on North Bullitt as Miles' free throw rattles off. At the conclusion of this game, we'll have a look at the most outstanding player, one representative from each team. That sponsorship by State Farm Insurance agent Leslie Gilley. So one more free throw for Miles. And a game-high Dragon lead. Latter stages third quarter. Geary, little pull-up and a South foul. Cuvion. And Geary for a pair of North Bullitt free throws. What's your assessment of this Eagles group?
You know, Chris, without the two players, and, you know, in a team that's not very deep anyway, you forced them to use some players they don't normally, and it just looks like we're starting to see fatigue set in. The turnovers is what's killed them, and it isn't really because South has done a lot of things. A lot of them are unforced turnovers.
Three right wing, and that is Sievert. Now check that. That's a two-row, I beg your pardon.
Two-row with back-to-back trays.
So two-row with 6. Sievert tries to answer, cannot, and that's going to take us to the fourth. South Oldham in command on Glycod.com. We'll be right back.
Kevin Woosley is a lifelong Oldham County resident. He's been a public servant for 30 years and is a former Kentucky State Police 911 administrator. Currently the District 3 Fiscal Court Magistrate, Kevin is a responsive politician. He favors improved broadband internet, more affordable housing, plus new roads and schools to meet the demands of a growing county. Re-elect Kevin Woosley for District 3 Magistrate.
I'm Kevin Woosley, and I approve this message.
Paid for and approved by Kevin Woosley for Magistrate.
Only your locally owned Cub Cadet dealer has genuine parts, accessories, trained service technicians, and the widest selection of innovative Cub Cadet products. We're here for you whenever you need us, with expert service and support to keep your equipment running at peak performance for years to come. Visit your locally owned power equipment dealer, Anderson Sales and Service in Madison, Crestwood, and our newest location at 1675 Waterson Trail in Louisville. You're tuned in to Oldham High School's basketball on Glycod.
South Oldham in command as we welcome you back to Crestwood. Dragons led by 5 after 1, led by 10 at half. Now the lead swollen to a game-high 20. Ben Mickle pacing the action with 25. South Oldham outscoring North Bullitt 21-11 in that third quarter. North Bullitt will have possession to start. Driving strong, McCabe wouldn't go in. Backside rebound by Geary. And finally South Oldham on the second try gets a rebound. King over to Holbrook. Cuvion couldn't guide that in. South Oldham tries again. Holbrook knocks it in. Tate Holbrook, the first 3 for him this evening. 7-16 in this fourth quarter. Sievert drives, and there's a reach and a foul. 6th team South Oldham personal. Third foul on King. And 2 free throws on the doorstep for North Bullitt's Braxton Sievert. A lot to like about that young man's game. Only a freshman. 69 threes now made on the season. Hearing Coach Young talk about getting bigger and stronger and things of that nature, that would certainly apply as that free throw off the mark. And Von Felt out for South Oldham.
I think we're going to see a lot of South's reserves here in this quarter, up 20.
See what South Oldham does in the half-court night. Extra pass to Holbrook up top, and they'll spin it for a King 3. And then a rebound finds Simmons of North Bullitt. Sievert, the trailer, a step back 3. How about that? We got a North Bullitt full timeout after the Sievert triple. Back to Crestwood in 60 seconds on Glycod.com.
Grange Service Center is a professional automotive service center that aims to provide the highest level of customer satisfaction. Their team is dedicated to performing honest and ethical work. Their experienced technicians make affordably priced immediate and scheduled repairs. Plus, they offer 24-hour emergency roadside assistance and much more. Located at 409 West Jefferson Street, or call 502-222-1673. LaGrange Service Center.
You're tuned in to Oldham High School's basketball on Glycod.
North Bullitt burning their 4th timeout. They have 1 remaining after a 3 from Braxton Sievert. Sievert now pacing the Eagles with 16.
Well, once again, it wouldn't be something unless the questionable inbounds. Here we go.
Had a few issues getting started tonight. South Oldham bring it across. Nice job executing against the press. Holbrook finds Turo. There's a corner triple. Von Felt well short, but King puts it in. King with 10, his first basket of this half. Very loose and chaotic. Flipped forward to Alex King for 2 more almost. King follows and gets his deuce.
Well, it's not for a lack of effort. You know, King saw it and said, I'm letting her fly.
Got 4 Dragons in double figures. King with 12. Boley angling in. And McCabe requesting a screen. Granted. Seaver with a crossover. That ball leaks right over to Geary.
Excuse me. One of the problems that North has.
Nice pass underneath. To Connor Boley to the foul line for a pair. 2 points on the evening. 10-point per night average. North Bullitt in action in their District 23. They'll take on Southern on Monday evening in the semifinals. That free throw rattles in for Boley. And of course, South Oldham in this building on Tuesday. They will host Oldham County, a 7:30 start. Todd Carter will join Gary Forrest for all the live action here on Glycod.com. Second free throw off the mark. And South Oldham trying to put away North Bullitt. Just over 5 minutes to play. King, a stationary triple. King's got 7 points in about the last minute and a half. Sievert catches, and that ball's going to soar all the way across the floor and out of bounds.
Turnovers, Chris, have really hurt this North Bullitt bunch. That's their 9th this half with 13. So that's 22 for the game, and we still have 5 minutes to go here in the 4th.
You thought South Oldham's defense might be the difference in this game, and it certainly proved at times to be so. Nice deflection by Geary, and he'll nudge it forward. McCabe drives. Still loose and racing back to get the rebound is Joe Downs that just checked in, donning number 24. Holbrook awaiting the double. Von Felt, he's missed from both corners now, and the rebound trickles out to Holbrook and blocked out of there by Geary. Alexander on and McCabe off for North Bullitt. Also Loyal in for the Eagles. Downs will inbound. Corner three, Von Felt floats it long. Downs, strong aggressive rebound. Holbrook from the foul line. Von Felt follows. Back out to Holbrook, and South Oldham making a living on the backboard. Holbrook, an open three. And there's Downs, and he travels. Certainly can't fault the effort of South Oldham.
There's that size factor once again, and North not doing a very good blocking out or getting to the ball, and as a result, they gave North 6 shot opportunities that last possession.
3:40 to play. North Bullitt will lose their 5th in a row, falling to 9-19. South Oldham will improve to 11-15. Shot off the mark, not going to fall. That was Turo, and a foul on South Oldham, resulting, and North Bullitt marching down for a 1-and-1. It's on Joe Downs.
You know, Chris, that almost looked like the North player inadvertently ran into his teammate, yet he's going to benefit. The referees know the score, and they said, we'll just put him on the line.
Jake Fithian for South Oldham. He'll check in as Boley back to the line for a 1-and-1. Well short. And South Oldham in full command. The tune-up they needed ahead of the huge district semifinal game Tuesday night. Holbrook triggers a triple. There's a backside rebound for Kuvion. Might as well try another one. That's the freshman Fithian that's long. And the rebound scooped out of there by Von Felt.
Another one of those 5 possessions on one but half of the floor for South.
And the Dragons pretty much just shooting until they make it. There's a 3 guided out by Fithian, and there's the rebound for North Bullitt's Connor Boley. .230 in the 4th. And North Bullitt in the half court. Subs on the floor for both teams since about the 5-minute mark of this 4th. Nice take by Alexander for 2. Kalen's first field goal, the promising freshman. Fithian a 3.
Fithian not shy of letting them go.
Outlet pass running the floor, Dakota Bowman. Couldn't get that one to go in. Nice piece of officiating for the play on as they come up the floor for South. Holbrook drives and a held ball. Arrow, South. Ben Dickinson on for South for the 8th time this year as North Bullitt will sub on 3. One of whom is 6'3" junior Austin Brooks, wearing number 21. 3 out of there from Downs. Dickinson tries a 3. And the backside rebound just found all the length from Kuvion. Fithian. And South Oldham shot about 37 threes in the last minute, but they get the one.
I don't know if I can total them up without a calculator.
75-48. That was Fithian's first score. We'll have 3 more Dragons check in at the next whistle. Glover for the turnaround floater. And a South Oldham timeout, and that's just going to be a play on as Coach Simpson says he just wants to get some subs on the floor. So no stoppage of play. And South Oldham will march it across. Again, State Farm agent Leslie Gilley sponsors our most outstanding player. We'll have 1 representative from each team. And then a quick recap at our post game. Strong drive. That was Ben Dunkel that initiates contact, and he'll head to the foul line. Dunkel, a 2-point per night score in limited action, and he's going to knock down both of his free throws. Game high lead of 29 for the home team. Alexander slides in for a basket. Alexander with 4 quickies. Entry pass. And South Oldham in the half court can't get it to go in. Nice job by Austin Brooks diving on the floor for that loose ball. South Oldham gets it back. That won't fall. 14 seconds left. Dunkel. And deflected out off of Brooks. Ten and change remain. Let them play. A lot of contact underneath and a late foul.
They were set on getting the ball to 33.
Who is not on our roster, undoubtedly one of the younger South Oldham players.
This is only the 8th game I heard him say that he played this year, so
free throw short.
He's still looking to scratch. He's 0 for 4 from the field.
That was Ben Dickinson, I beg your pardon. Misfired on both those. Alexander paces it for North Bullitt in cleanup duty, and that's going to take care of business tonight. Final score from Crestwood. South Oldham 77, North Bullitt 50. We're back to Crestwood after this on Glycod.com.
Winter is coming. The Farmer's Almanac is predicting a rough winter with teeth-chattering cold. Don't be caught unprepared. Call Thompson Heating and Cooling today for a special $99 HVAC checkup. Because the last time you want to find out your heat isn't working is when you really need it. At Thompson, we offer a 2-hour appointment window, so you won't be kept waiting all day. We are fully stocked and prepared, and 90% of our calls are repaired that day. And as always, your satisfaction is guaranteed. Call us today for express service.
Want to replace your old, rotted, and drafty windows? What would your house look like with the newest and high-quality windows on the market? With just one call to Metro Windows, you can choose from a great selection of aluminum-clad, vinyl, and rot-free windows at an affordable price. And Metro Windows can also replace just the glass and failed windows, too. Their installers are Oldham County residents that take pride in their work and craftsmanship. Metro Windows has been locally owned for over 30 years and is the proud carrier of the Windsor window line. Give Metro Windows a call today at 222-7828. That's 222-7828 Metro Windows.
Crestwood Coin Laundry, Oldham County's leading laundromat for over 25 years. Located at 6520 West Highway 146, Crestwood Coin Laundry offers state-of-the-art facilities in a clean, inviting atmosphere. You can wash and dry clothes yourself, or you can drop off your clothes in the morning and have them back clean, dry, and folded that afternoon. Their extra-large washers are perfect for comforters and large items, and all larger machines accept credit cards. They're open at 8 on weekdays and 7 on weekends for your convenience. Stop in or visit them online, crestwoodcoinlaundryky.com.
Whatever you do, work at it with all your heart, as working for the Lord, not for human masters. Colossians 3:23. Stinnett Plumbing, proudly serving Oldham County with a complete array of services from faucet fixes to bathroom renovations. Locally owned, built on integrity, and committed to bringing exceptional quality work to you. On call 24 hours a day for emergency repairs. Phone 502-690-3070. Stinnett Plumbing.
Welcome to WDRB Home Design here at Watts Home Center. We're talking paint colors today. Tommy, what are the hottest colors this season?
The hottest colors are gray. Grays are trending. You also have taupes, off-white. Benjamin Moore has over 4,000 colors, so we can find something that you like.
So if I wanted to color match my shirt, you could do it?
I can do it. We take our little color spectrometer here. It will take a picture of your shirt, tells us what color it is. We have true color lighting, so it helps us get the true color to match your color.
Do you have any tips for us to ensure a successful paint job?
The best tip I can give you is use the proper tools. You want to use a good paintbrush, you want to use a good roller. People always grab a roller frame, they just want to roll a wall. Grab a pole, whether it be an expensive good one, an inexpensive wood one. It makes the job go so much easier when you're rolling that wall out.
The team at Watts Home Center can answer all your painting questions, so come on out to their location here in LaGrange. I'm Lindsay Cox for WDRB Home Design.
Tonight's post-game recap is brought to you by Watts Home Center. Whether it's building, restoring, or improving your home, visit the experts at Watts. 2350 Commerce Parkway in LaGrange. Watts Home Center. Design that feels like home.
Final score tonight in Crestwood, South Oldham wins 77-50. Chris LaBar back live with Gary Forrest, and Coach Dragons pretty much in control since the middle segment of the first quarter.
Yeah, just too many turnovers for North Bullitt. 25 total for the night, and you just can't turn the ball over and expect to stay in the game like that.
Ben Mickle, 25 points, did much of his damage in the first half with 20. Alex King, 15 points, 12 of which occurred in the second half. Christian Veers, Julian Miles each with 11. Nathan Turo, 6. Cole Davis, 3. Tate Holbrook with a trio. Jake Fithian with 3. Ben Dunkle with 2 for North Bullitt. Braxton Sievert, a hard-earned 16. Evan McCabe and Fisher Loyal each on the verge of double figures with 10. Connor Boley had 3. Daxton Geary with 6. Kalen Alexander, 4. And Jesse Simmons with 3, and I think South Oldham's defense at times overpowering tonight.
Very much so. Got North to playing a little faster than I think they wanted to, and it very much benefited South from the beginning.
So South Oldham wins 77-50. Our most outstanding player, presented in part by State Farm Insurance agent Leslie Gilley. That on the way when we return to Crestwood after this on Glycod.com.
Welcome to WDRB Home Design here at Watts Home Center. We're talking paint colors today. Tommy, what are the hottest colors this season?
The hottest colors are gray. Grays are trending. You also have taupes, off-white. Benjamin Moore has over 4,000 colors, so we can find something that you like.
So if I wanted to color match my shirt, you could do it?
I can do it. We take our little color spectrometer here. It will take a picture of your shirt, tells us what color it is. We have true color lighting, so it helps us get the true color to match your color.
Do you have any tips for us to ensure a successful paint job?
The best tip I can give you is use the proper tools. You want to use a good paintbrush, you want to use a good roller. People always grab a roller frame, they just want to roll a wall. Grab a pole, whether it be an expensive good one, an inexpensive wood one. It makes the job go so much easier when you're rolling that wall out.
The team at Watts Home Center can answer all your painting questions, so come on out to their location here in LaGrange. I'm Lindsay Cox for WDRB Home Design.
Looking for sound, prudent financial advice? Did you know that one of the brightest and best financial advisors is in your own backyard? Robin Lawson of Financial Solutions Incorporated has a mission to understand your long-term goals and to create a specific strategy just for you. Robin understands the challenges that face most of us today and offers fresh, out-of-the-box thinking that can put you on the road to financial freedom. Contact Robin Lawson today at 502-225-9900. That's 502-225-9900 or visit lawsonfinancial.net.
Want to replace your old, rotted, and drafty windows? What would your house look like with the newest and high-quality windows on the market? With just one call to Metro Windows, you can choose from a great selection of aluminum-clad, vinyl, and rot-free windows at an affordable price. And Metro Windows can also replace just the glass and failed windows, too. Their installers are Oldham County residents that take pride in their work and craftsmanship. Metro Windows has been locally owned for over 30 years and is the proud carrier of the Windsor window line. Give Metro Windows a call today at 222-7828. That's 222-7828, Metro Windows.
Kevin Woosley is a lifelong Oldham County resident. He's been a public servant for 30 years and is a former Kentucky State Police 911 administrator. Currently the District 3 Fiscal Court Magistrate, Kevin is a responsive politician. He favors improved broadband internet, more affordable housing, plus new roads and schools to meet the demands of a growing county. Re-elect Kevin Woosley for District 3 Magistrate.
I'm Kevin Woosley, and I approve this message.
Paid for and approved by Kevin Woosley for Magistrate.
Only your locally owned Cub Cadet dealer has genuine parts, accessories, trained service technicians, and the widest selection of innovative Cub Cadet products. We're here for you whenever you need us, with expert service and support to keep your equipment running at peak performance for years to come. Visit your locally owned power equipment dealer, Anderson Sales and Service in Madison, Crestwood, and our newest location at 1675 Watterson Trail in Louisville. You're tuned in to Oldham High School's basketball on Glycod.
Final score tonight in Crestwood: South Oldham 77, North Bullitt 50. Dragons now 11-15 on the season, ahead of their district semifinal matchup on Tuesday versus Oldham County. Now for the most outstanding players tonight, presented in part by State Farm Insurance Agent Leslie Gilley. Certainly a no-brainer for South Oldham. Ben Mickle, outstanding performance with 25, and the freshman Sievert with 18.
Very much so. It's probably the best game I've seen Mickle play all year. You know, he let what he had come to him early. It was driving it to the basket, and then later on in the first half, they gave him the threes, and he made the threes. You know, had over 20 at halftime.
So Sievert and Mickle, tonight's most outstanding players. A great segue with Mickle to a performance necessary for his team to do well Tuesday versus Oldham. And back on the air then, and Gary, a quick assessment of that matchup.
Well, you know, anytime the two Oldhams play, it's going to be a close game. It was the first time of the year down here. Oldham was able to win that one, and we'll see what happens come Tuesday night.
Should be a great doubleheader. We'll have it for you on Glycod. Todd Carter will be with Coach Forrest, and then I will join Gary on Friday for district basketball action Tuesday and Friday of next week. And then 2 weeks from this week, it's regional action. 14 games in about 9 days. Cannot wait for that. Final score tonight: South Oldham victorious over North Bullitt 77-50. Steve Bird is our executive producer on Glycod.com. Dekivian Goss, our camera operator. So for analyst Gary Forrest, I'm Chris Labar. Good night from Crestwood. We'll see you for more high school basketball action very soon on Glycod. Good night.
From Glycod, this has been Oldham High School's basketball. Tonight's game was brought to you by Anderson Sales and Service, outdoor equipment specialists who make your life easier. By Metro Windows, installers of high-quality windows. By Thompson Heating and Cooling, making people comfortable. By LaGrange Service Center, quality car care since 1964. By Watts Home Center in LaGrange, design that feels like home. By State Farm Agent Leslie Gilley. Robert Lane for Oldham County Sheriff. Roy's Body and Glass Shop. And by Lawson Financial.
For schedule information about our upcoming broadcasts, visit our website, glicod.com, Facebook and Twitter @Glycod. We thank you for tuning into this live sports presentation from Glycod.